You know, someone said to me that's the tool they use the most.
That's funny.
He said, yeah, I keep on using it, and I keep remembering it's for emergencies only. I'm like, well, this is emergency because I can't find another pen. What constitutes emergency?
Honestly, they do realise they've got to send it in for to be recalibrated every time they use it.
Well, yeah, I know, but obviously, people's stuff is all out of scale.
Oh my goodness,
shocking. Oh, dear. What is that bang?
What's that banging?
At the end, yeah.
Oh, it's probably my neighbour.
No, not that banging. The noise at the very end of the of our French horn bit, tuba bit, whichever bit it is like a boom at the end. It's like he's dropped it.
It is exactly that.
Is it when he drops it?
Yeah, it's because you upset him. If you remember when we got him to record it, you upset him by saying, "Does he play anything other than a French horn?" Because our listeners there was a time where we were a bit concerned that there was too much horn going on in the intro.
Oh, I remember that complaint.
Yeah, and he threw his horn on the floor and walked out. If you remember, we had to chase him down the road to give him his horn back.
Don't know why I don't remember that.
No, there you go.
How are you? Hello.
Yeah, I'm all right. Hello. I'm my usual zany self. How about you? What have you been up to?
I went on holiday. I've been busy. I keep avoiding recording this podcast with you over and over again, and then forgetting, and then falling asleep, and waking up again, and then forgetting. But now we are back together, and we are recording. Yay! A couple of weeks later than usual.
Obviously, the last opportunity we had, I had a severe incident, so
yes,
couldn't get my headphones on.
You could. That would have held your ear on, wouldn't it?
No, I couldn't.
Are we telling everyone about that or not?
I'm more than happy to. It wasn't a model related incident, so it wasn't that I was running around with a scalpel in my hand and took my ear off at all. Nope.
Go on then. Tell us.
It was a sharp instrument, but what it was. So we're going to go deep. Okay, so basically what it is that, as you know, I suffer from anxiety and mental health and stuff. And basically I've been quite low the last few weeks. And I've not shaved. I've been a bit of a scruff.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I'm going to record Malcolm in a bit. I'm going to make myself look beautiful. So shave.
I don't do that for you.
No, clearly. Yeah, you've got your just got out of bed look at the moment with your hair everywhere. But I can't complain. I don't understand that problem. So anyway, yes, I decided to have a shave, and which obviously means a full shave. Not a full body shave. Let's just clarify. A full above the neck shave.
Right.
There's be visions of people keeling over with that thought in their mind now. Never mind. Sorry. Anyway, because I hadn't shaved for some time, I changed the blade and went with a nice sharp instrument, as you do.
As you should.
Had a shave, dried my face, did a bit of manscaping. Not manscaping. That's the wrong phrase. Cream. I put some cream on my face to make myself look and feel better. Anyway, long story short, as I come downstairs to go into the office to get myself ready to record with you, I realised that something was dripping, and I couldn't figure out what it was until I happened to walk past the mirror in the hallway, and noticed that one side of my face and half of my shirt was covered in blood. Right. So I'd nicked my ear, basically. I don't know why. I haven't got that big of ears, but I did. And because of the medication I'm on, I bled like a stuffed pig. Wouldn't stop. So much so that we didn't go to the hospital. It wasn't that bad. However, nurse Natasha quickly ran upstairs, put her outfit on, and I said, "That's really not appropriate. But could you put a bandage on that while you've got it on?"
Which outfit was it?
So yeah, she put a bandage on, and we started with a plaster and worked our way up. And eventually, I had an eye bandage on my ear.
Oh, you put an iPad on it?
Yeah. My wife was insistent that she would put the stuff around my head just to make it look a little bit less conspicuous.
Mm-hmm.
But I talked her out of that, so we taped it up, and then that was me. And I sent you a picture saying, "Look, I've hurt myself. I poor me," and I got nothing but abuse and pictures of Van Gogh. So thank you for that.
Oh, and Trump as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't surrender. All that. Yeah. Fight. But the problem is, when I shouted that, right, all my neighbours come out because they thought there was a ruck in the street. Go figure.
Right. Gotcha.
And I don't live in a rough area or anything.
No. Well, not until you moved in.
Well, I've got to be honest, I don't understand why they needed the baseball bats. But anyway, it didn't.
So you're okay. You put your ear back on and it's all back to normal.
Yeah, the bandage is off, and the multitude, the absolutely enormous amount of stitches of zero have worked.
Well, I know they can bleed lots, aren't they? If you cut yourself somewhere soft like that, it can bleed a lot.
The head generally bleeds bad, doesn't it? So
it does.
Yeah. But the good news is, I realised I got blood in my system, and the heart was working because it was. So,
yeah. Wow.
All the bonus. Anyway, on that gory note, and sorry for that last 10 minutes of filth. What have you been up to?
I went on holiday to Scotland.
You did.
I did. Well-deserved holiday. Thank you very much. And I had a great time. I was going to try and visit Wonderland Models in Edinburgh. But my whole family was with me. I'd already walked from one side of Edinburgh to the Edinburgh Castle, and then I had to walk another 20 minutes to get to Wonderland Models. And I was tired. Kids were tired. I was like, no. So we didn't do that. I also wanted to visit Modelers United on the way back from Inverness, and we were running late. Basically, it was starting to get dark. We don't really particularly want to be driving in the dark, so I had to cancel going to Modelers United, which is the same because I would like to go and see Fred. So, hello, Fred, if you're listening. My millions of apologies. I would love to come see you, but life as it is, unfortunately, I had to skip it. So, I didn't visit any model shops while I was there. I saw a lot of cows, though. Does that count?
I did. Yeah, you sent me a picture of a cow randomly.
Did I? I can't remember. I think that was to prove that I was on holiday. I think.
Yes, I debated whether to respond to that picture by asking was that who you were on holiday with. But then realised
technically,
what may come from that, so I didn't. Although I might.
Right.
So
yes.
Apologies if there's any conclusions drawn by that. But
it
was good. It was good to see you getting out on holiday. I got to be honest.
Yeah, it was nice. When we went to see the Highland cows, or the hairy coos, as they call them in Scotland.
Hairy coos.
Hairy coos. There was a massive rainbow, so all of our photographs have got Highland cows with rainbows behind them. It was nice. Yeah, it was nice. So I had a lovely break. Thank you very much. Break from work, break from doing this, break from everything. It's been nice. And then we came back, and then we're ready to record.
Cool. I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
I'm good. You don't take enough holidays.
I keep getting told that. But it was lovely. Have you ever driven up through the Cairngorms before yourself?
I got to be honest, I don't know my geography of Scotland very well, but I have driven to Edinburgh, and I have also driven to Loch Lomond.
Okay. Have you gone any further north than Edinburgh?
No, I don't think I have.
Right. So the journey from Edinburgh up to Inverness, which is the centre top bit ish, is the Cairngorms. So It's really high up, and not a very snaky road, but a slow road. I think the maximum is 50 miles an hour. I think. I think. And as you come up higher and higher through the mountains, the snow starts to appear next to you on the sides, you know, and rather than being up on the very top of the mountains. And that's a lovely drive, absolutely lovely. And when we were driving up there on the way up, car was nice and warm, snowing outside. Had some good tunes on a playlist in the car. First day of holiday, it was nice. It was really, really 100% racing. You know, it was nice to do. It was shit on the way back. It rained like crazy, and but it was almost magical on the way up, I would say. I don't say that often, but it was shit on the way back. Hey, anyway, that was Scotland. Go to Scotland; it's great.
Absolutely.
Didn't catch haggis.
I love Scotland.
Fortunately.
Well, it's strange because I had haggis the other week, so that's weird. I don't know if that was linked anyway. Wow. What are we talking about today? We'll talk about what I've been up to in a minute, but we're going to talk about the 48, obviously. We've got a new addition to Just Making Conversation for you guys to interact with. We've got a topic today as well. Obviously, I want to catch up and make sure where we are with the Moosaroo. And we want to, let's get that done first. Let's congratulate somebody for achieving an award this last couple of weeks, which you were involved with, I believe.
What's that?
Of course she was. Yes.
Remind me.
One of the judges.
Oh, Model Shop of the Year from Hornby.
Correct.
Yes. Sorry, I mentioned that to you only 15 minutes ago. Yeah.
That's why I write things down.
Good view. So yeah, I was invited to be a judge for the Hobby Shop of the Year 2025, first competition like that, ran by Hornby Hobbies, and it was a public vote to start with. So you had to nominate your favourite hobby shop, basically, bricks and mortar ones, and loads of hobby shops were being nominated. I don't know if you saw any of it, but there was all sorts, you know, and the clear top end. The ones with the highest votes, the top of them, got chosen to be finalists, which is those 5, and then they had a selection of judges from the industry. They said expert judges. They said from the industry, which included me. So how that worked. There was one of the Scouts leaders. There was the CEO of Toymaster. There was I can't remember now. I haven't got it in front of me, but a selection of people from hobbies, let's say. We had to judge each finalist on a couple of merits. So how they interact with bringing people into the hobby, with children and things, how they approach mental health and provide support for that. And there was another criteria that I can't remember, but it's all on the Hornby Hobbies website if you want to have a look. And so we had to basically put some points down for each one. It took a couple of hours of work to review them. All the hobby shops had entered a little video, and there was a little bit of blurb about them. It was lovely to do. It was really nice. Every single one of them trying really hard to be a good shop. And it was clear, really clear to see that every single one of them were trying hard. And all the shops, it's hard to tell the difference between them, but if you have to mark them, it becomes, it's really hard to split them between. You think, oh, they've got a nice big window, maybe they should get extra points. They've got more staff, maybe they should get more points. Things like that. So it was difficult, but the winner was the local shop for me is Salisbury Model Centre. So won Model Shop of the Year, ran by a chap called Clive Oz Balderston. Everyone calls him Oz. So well done him. Congratulations. He gets a trophy to put somewhere in the shop. Nice. And a couple of other things. The honourable mention went. Honourable mention. The honourable mention went to Modelers United up in Kilburney, run by Fred. So
yeah,
all good, all really good. So go see Model Centre in Salisbury. This is a lovely shop.
Yeah, he's a great guy as well, which makes it just that much easier and much more of a reason to go to the model shop too. Just go and see him. Apparently, he does have a selection of hobnobs for visitors, and there is an option for tea. Apparently,
Yes,
I've just thrown him under the bus. Sorry, Clive. But he does. I know he does that. I know he does do make up tea and have a chat and whatever. So,
yeah,
always good. Always.
Yep. Good. Love it.
Brilliant. Well, yes. What a wonderful thing from Hobby, from Hornby as well to do. It's nice to see the industry celebrating themselves as well as the people that sell their goods, and I think there should be much more of it. So well done to them.
Yeah,
very,
but
very
promotions for those was good.
Yeah, definitely. So what have I been up to? I hear you cry.
What have you been up to, James?
There we go. So I've been up to all sorts of stuff. I have been so the Sea Kings that we've been doing. They're up there on the shelf. They are sort of finished. They're at a point where I want to walk away from them and leave them for now. But we have the yellow, correct yellow, RAF Rescue Sea King 148 from Airfix, and the other one, the one that I mucked up to start with, has been changed into Hobnob 1. You'd be glad to know. Which is yours, that I'm going to give you at Telford. That's been great fun because obviously part of the Friends for Models for Heroes table at Telford is about hobnobs and model making with hobnobs and all that sort of stuff. So that ticks that box nice and early in the year, but also I specifically wanted to make one for you to go on your shelf. So so there it is. And the great thing, which you didn't notice straight away, was the tail number.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. You're right.
So the tail number is actually the date that Malcolm told me that the charity started, or something around those lines. So it's a significant date anyway, which was handy because the lovely John Mayfield helped me with the transfers because we've made some special transfers for it. But I told him the wrong year. So I had to do a bit of modification. Luckily, luckily, I managed to get around it. But
I see. Did you say 18 instead of 17? Or...
No, I said 07.
Oh my God, that's a long time.
It wasn't a minor little oops. It was like a God damn it moment. No, it's okay. I got around it. I sat here scratching my head, thinking how I could. And one of the things he did Hobnob 1 in a different font.
Yeah.
And I was gonna. We decided that the way around it, because we discovered this fact as we were sitting talking to one another at Shuttleworth, but a show we went to a few weeks ago.
Right.
And we were talking to somebody, and we both at the same time went, "Oh yeah, no, the charity's been going for such amount of time," and looked at each other and went, "Oh, the decals are wrong." So yeah, I was gonna use a wrong font 1 to make it something to stand out, to laugh about the fact I'm an
That's
idiot.
fine. It's got a good story behind that. So
yeah. So but luckily, with a little bit of bashing of the decals, not kit bashing. See what I did there? I got the figures right, so that's cool. But yeah, that's up there. There's a little bit of work to be done to it. So your one, I need to tidy up because some of the masking didn't quite work on the windows. So that's nice and easy. I saw that. On the one I'm going to keep, I'm not happy with the green on the windows, which is my fault because I did it wrong.
Oh, okay. Can we see him?
Yeah, I can. Yes, I can. I can show you.
Good Lord. Wow. So first, don't drop it.
The yellow first, obviously, as you can see, there it is. It's got its steps out.
I went to make you big, and I can't.
I saw you. I literally saw you do it. So this is the right yellow. He's not going to look particularly wonderful with the lighting I've got because it's about facing me. But as you can see, the green, what I've done wrong, and I know exactly what I've done wrong, is on the original one I did, which is now Hobnob 1. I used a translucent, easy for me to say, paint inside the canopy.
X25 clear green.
No, it was a model color number, which is up there somewhere. But yeah, I've foolishly buttoned this all up and then sprayed the green on top, and it should be inside. If it'd been inside, I would have got away with it, but because I've done it on top, I'm an idiot. So there is a way around it. I can fix it.
Yeah. How are you going to fix that?
Well, I'm gonna wash it off to take the paint off. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use ink.
Okay.
I'm gonna put some ink on there, or I might just leave it. I don't know. It's fine. Okay. But yeah, so I'm really happy with it. I got all that done.
Yeah. It's lovely.
But the what I've got left to do. So obviously, a lot of the decals, don't stand on here and all that sort of stuff. You know, the things you've got littered across any aircraft.
Don't stand on here.
Well, yeah. Or don't hook up here, don't tow from here, or all those little things.
Yes, yeah.
They're all in yellow on the decal sheet.
Oh,
because obviously yellow was not a color of scheme with the kit, so I need them in black. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make some using the decals as the scan them basically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I haven't got around to it. It's something. It's not urgent. It's something I'm going to get to at some point. I've really enjoyed making it, and I will be buying another one Airfix because I've got some other schemes I want to do. But yeah, it's a great kit. Goes together really, really well.
Yeah,
and then obviously Hobnob 1,
yay,
which is here.
I can't wait to get that on my shelf. That's cool.
So Hobnob 1, again, the doors are open at the front. That's got a little bit of work to be done on there to health and safety. Otherwise, you're just going to fall off there when you get in and out. You've got Hobnob 1 on the cheek of the front. Now, there is a 4 on the front.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that, because a lot of people went, why is it Hobnob 1, number 4? That doesn't make sense.
Why is there 4?
It does.
Okay. Why?
4 heroes.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got some special decals on the side here, which are to do with Models for Heroes that you can buy in their store. Go to the webpage. And then we've got our Hobnob, which you can't see. There'll be pictures on the Facebook group, but there is an actual Hobnob on the side of the airframe.
Yeah.
Which has then got Hobnob 1 written on it. But then also you have... let me turn that off a minute. There you go.
Oh, right. M4H underneath too.
So you've got the logo and the name M4H underneath as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like
that
it.
is yours.
Now, I have a question.
Go on.
Did you do any kit bashing to the P tube inside?
The P tube is untouched, other than I put it in the right place. I am very cautious of the fact that P tube should not be interfered with, to be blunt.
Good. Is it clean?
As clean as I can get it without rubbing it too hard to get the seam off it. Yeah.
Thank you, James. That's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it.
Yes. It's been a pleasure, actually. It's obviously, as you know, it's the first version of the kit that I made, and I made lots of errors with it. I didn't follow the instructions properly, and I wasn't building to the instructions. I was building something that wasn't really there. So, but all the bits are there anyway. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and like I say, I will be on the hunt for a couple more. I think because there's some brilliant schemes out there if you look.
What else have you been up to?
So yeah, the other thing I've been up to is so my group build, which started a couple of weeks ago, is assembly ships. So I've been building a B-24 Liberator in 1/48 scale. The internals are in place and got the base coats on. And I will be having a play with that later on, which is good fun. It's a bit bigger than I actually anticipated doing, but the price of the kit was right, so it'll be fun to do.
Okay.
That I've been doing, but then obviously T-shirt, as you can see, it's all about the 48 for the next couple of weeks. Anyway,
well, how long? It's got 13 days, haven't we, from when we're recording this?
Yes, we have got now 13 days. So if you're unaware, it is on Friday, the 14th of March, in your time zone. We all gather at 7:30 and start the build at 8 o'clock. And if you want some more information, the website is www.44-44.org. Which is, if you're watching this in HD, I'm sorry for that, but you'll see it all on the screen there. The Just Giving page is up and running, obviously, for the 48 and 48, but you can also do a PayPal me link, but that's all on the website. So everything you need to know is on the website. And the great thing, as we record this, literally before Malcolm got out of bed, the auction running list for Australia and the UK is live on the website. So that's been done. Thank you to Steph for collating and all the donors and everything. It's been a work. I can tell you, it's been quite a hard work for him. And the guys in in America, are still collating.
Wow.
So they're working hard with that. That's fantastic.
Wow.
So yeah, so liaising. I've been doing a lot of liaising. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Downloading lots of videos, and making sure that we've got everything in place for the 48 and 48.
Brilliant. You got your kit sorted? You're gonna do?
I have.
Ooh, have you changed your mind? Because I know you were talking about doing a figure.
I've not changed my mind, no.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's still going to be a figure.
However, I have changed the idea.
Okay, that's fine.
So actually, as it happens, today is the 1st of March, 13 days to the event, and you'll be glad to know tomorrow there will be a post going up asking you, the listeners, and the people getting involved in the event, what you would like me to do with what I want to build.
Keep it clean.
Yeah, keep it clean and sensible, but I will display to you the items in which I will be using.
Okay.
And I will pop a poll up asking, are they a theme, if you like?
Where are you going to put the poll?
Well, I've still got to be clean, so it can't go there. But no, there will be a poll going up asking you for your input as to what you'd like me to do. I'm setting myself a bit of a wide challenge, but I have an idea that I think will be quite exciting and quite fun to do. And I have a few techniques choices, if you like, that I'm prepared to try or do again or something.
Okay.
And yeah, a bit like we did with the scale models for vets, where I said, I've got this figure. What do you want me to do with it? It's going to be something along those lines, but a little bit more complicated, as you can well imagine.
Okay. I can't wait.
So yeah, be good.
I can't believe it's 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I know it has really gone. Bear in mind, this year we've been organising since the middle of last year, and to suddenly think, oh my God, where did all that time go? It really doesn't feel like it. But so that's the 48 and 48. We were going to come to our topic of the day in a minute or two, which is the kit bash. Now, before we do that, though, I just want to remind you that if you have signed up for the 48 and 48, there is the opportunity to go with either of the kits in which we have suggested, which is a 148 Supermarine Spitfire from Airfix or a 148 Tamiya Sherman, or you can kit bash it, hence why we're talking about kit bashing.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I just want you to let you know that we have signed up to something new this week, and the link is there on the screen for you. It is something called speakpipe.com. The link is all the W's, well, H double T T. Do that again.
You don't have to read the whole thing.
Okay. Well, anyway, you go to speakpipe.com/just making conversation, and you can leave us a voicemail. Wouldn't that be fun? Now, obviously, we will listen to all of the voicemails that are sent. We may or may not use them, depending on how funny or clean they are.
Or interesting.
I don't mind I don't want abuse, obviously, but you can be as funny as you like or as serious as you like. But leave us a message. We'll troll through those, and we will hopefully use those as we go through on the podcast in the future. So that's speakpipe.com/justbakingconversation, and let's see what you can come up with, because I think it's going to be quite fun. I'm nervous as hell, but I think it'd be quite fun.
Yes, don't tell everybody. Yeah, we're good. Can't wait to hear people. And rather than just reading the comments, it'd be nice to hear people as well, especially because this is an audio media, isn't it? So it makes sense to have speaky voices. Yeah. What's next?
So obviously we're going to talk about Kitbash, which is our topic today, but we can link that with something that obviously we all know is going on, and we can maybe find out just how things are going on.
Moosaroo Cup. Moosaroo Cup.
Let's talk about the Moosaroo Cup.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
So, how are things going in the Moosaroo Cup challenge, Malcolm?
Great. I was just listening for the loop, just to because the loop.
Loop. We're professional.
There was no loop.
I have no.
Great. How's it going? Oh, not great. Not good. Let me switch my camera over. Right. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me move the microphone across. I'll mute it while I do.
That's fine.
Okay.
So I'll just remind everybody. So Malcolm was sent a kit with 2 midget submarines in, and part of the challenge was to build something from the kit.
Yeah. Within
a diorama. And you didn't have to build both. You could build one, or you could build 2. There wasn't a mention of a Kitbash, but what did you do?
Yeah, right. So can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, it's the ICM kit. It's a 1/72. This is the second, and also there's the other one in there as well. I actually can't remember the name of. That's the other one. There's 2. I can't remember.
The second one.
Yeah, the second one. So I've been working on. Let's just get it off the windowsill here. I've been working on a submarine, and you can see it is in there. So it's encased in resin. Currently, the resin I've had many issues with. So the reason I had issues with it is because I had to make up the resin in different batches to build up the layers. And the reason I had to build up the layers is because I wanted to be able to show you the interior of. Oh, it's going to focus. Come on, there we go. Okay. I wanted to show the interior of the submarine, which I had done. However, the pouring of the resin was fine. You can see the layers through the side here. This bottom layer was fine. This next layer wasn't so fine. This layer was the best one that's ever been done. You can't really see. Apologies.
Yeah.
Probably won't. Oh, there you go. And then the top layer is the worst layer of resin anyone's ever poured in their entire life. So, yeah, consistency is key. And as far as I remember, I was as consistent and as careful as I could be. But something has obviously gone wrong that I haven't considered. And so I've got lots of different layers in there of different types. So that's an issue. So it doesn't look like a lake anymore. From the top, I've put some of that heavy gloss stuff.
Yeah.
Vallejo. I don't know if you've used that before. One extra heavy gel gloss
to
give it the waves. Yeah, that's it, and the waves, and that's settled down. I put a bit of extra resin on to fill some holes and things like that, and I'll probably do that again with the gloss. And then I put the resin on the very end. You can see that looks nice and shiny and clear. And on this side as well that we've been looking through is nice and clear. This side hasn't been made clear yet, so I haven't added an extra nice layer of resin to get that kind of clearer, and I haven't done it on that side as well. But once I do, you'll be able to see through there a little bit better than you can at the moment. Somebody said yesterday, it was a chap called Robert, he said yesterday that it looked like it was encased in ice.
Yes.
And I kind of agree. Yeah, it does kind of look like it's encased in ice. It's not meant to, but it does. So, I had many problems with the resin, as you can see, and it's not been fun. So, but time is up against me now because I've got long. I've got to hand it in soon. I've got to take photographs and send it off. So I'll be doing that soon. I'll be sorting out the resin, putting it on a plinth, taking nice photographs, and then forgetting about it as best I can. I've been using UV resin. Well, I used the 2-part resin first. Now I'm using a UV resin, which is fine. You know, put it on, got a little torch, it's got a UV light on it, and then also I put it in the sun, and it cures pretty much straight away. So, so that's where it's been living, is on my windowsill, in the sunlight.
Can you the side you're looking at right now, which, like I say, does look a little bit like it's in ice. This will sound really stupid, and I hope it's not as stupid as it sounds. But can you polish that out?
This, I can. I could do, but I could do, but once I put a layer of resin on there, it'll look like that. You know? Yeah. So it's just that's like a a mattish surface. I could polish it, but I can just put a layer of resin on there. And then it'll look good, at least from that side. Kind of. I mean, you can see all the bubbles and stuff I've got going on in here.
Yeah, but that's not a major problem. And in a way, the fact that it's not shiny actually gives it a bit of mood, doesn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose so. Maybe.
I gotta be honest. I don't know what I'd do with that. I really don't. I don't know if I'd want to polish it, make it cleary, or leave it like that so it's a little bit misty.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'm going to put the resin layer on and see how it looks. Let it cure, let it dry off, use the light and everything else, and see how it looks. And then possibly do the same on the other side. Then I'm done. I don't think I'll polish it or anything like that at all. I just haven't got the time. Or honestly, I haven't got the tools.
You were very downheart. You were very downheart about it, and I'm glad that you haven't run away from it, and you're gonna make the best of it.
I will.
Build. I don't think my helpful hint of you need to put another layer on that helped at all. I think I should have told you just to leave it.
Yeah, I know. It's impossible to know. Also, I had a problem with the resin leaked into the engine compartment here. So I had to redo this entire part. I had to use the Dremel and cut out all the resin and tissue that had been stuck in here, which was no fun. But I've redone it. It's fine. It still looks like the engine in the back there. But yeah, that's all kitbash inside here. That's the entire interior here. But yeah, so there we go. That's that.
Cool.
What a journey it has been.
It was a great idea, and you've given it a good go. So I like it. I actually quite like it, Misty.
Okay, well, that's very kind of you. I don't. It's not what I wanted.
Do you know what I would do? Because it's me, so forgive me, but what I'd probably do is I'd probably put a frame around it so it's in the middle of the frame, poking out either side of the frame, so you could have it looking at it with the frame around it, a water scene or a museum scene.
Oh, you mean frame around the outside of it?
Yeah, literally around the outside of it, and then
so you can't see the top of the water. You mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And then what you could have done is you could have made that the one side. No, forget what I'm saying. Actually, it's fine. Put it on a plinth.
Okay. I do like the idea of putting it on that thing, and then it turns around and it covers up the crappy bits on the sides, but it won't cover up you can't cover up the other crappy bit. It's just one of them things. It's my first foray into resin and my last.
Yeah, I think you did well considering it's your first foray, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I haven't finished mine. The subs are sort of finished, and the diorama is there. But I do need. I'm going to say did, but I do need to pour a little bit of resin in that, and get the submarines where they're meant to be to finish it off. But I walked away from that.
I would say practice on something else first.
Oh no, I won't.
And then do it exactly the same. Well, I say do it exactly the same way. I did it the same way, but it didn't come out well. Maybe it was a different temperature, different time of day. Maybe I was facing east. Who knows?
Could be.
Yeah.
So obviously, you did a bit of kit bashing. What did you use for your kit bash within that model then? Because obviously the kit doesn't come with an interior at all.
Nope. So it doesn't at all. No. So what I did is I cut some plasticard strips and then used that to make the ribs of the internal submarine. So I put those down first. I think I put pictures up previously of the work that I've done.
You did, yeah.
I did that, and then I put in some of the structural parts using an image I had off the internet of the interior, which was like a cutaway drawing, of all the different bits and pieces. And then I used different valve, the round valve things that you turn in submarines and boats and stuff to close things off. I didn't have any of them, so I raided an old started artillery kit that had lots of the little wheels. So I used that. I think it's probably from a Bofors or something, And I used that, painted them reds, and stuck those on in the sort of general places where I think they would be. I made a little periscope assembly using a bit of plasticard and a couple of little bits and pieces from other kits. And then I used a bulkhead, was actually a brake disc from a 1/24th scale car.
Nice.
Still got parts of the engine here from that exact car. The engine is made out of a 1/56 scale traffic light.
That's right. I remember now. Yeah.
Yep. So if you look, you can see the traffic lightness of the engine. There was the batteries at the front are made out of a radiator grill from the front of this 1/24th car. I can't remember what it was now, but I think it was like a Formula 1 car or something. Lots of different bits and bobs. There's the main kind of controls where the guys sit up on the side is the detail from the top of an A-wing in 1/44th scale.
Okay.
That's not going to focus, is it? But there's tons of detail in there. Well, that'll focus. It should do.
That.
Anyway, loads of detail on that. So I just cut one of those little bits and stuck that on, and it's got like the pipes and bumps and things like that. It doesn't have to look exactly right because, crikey, what's the point? What's the point of making it look exactly right? Because it's not going to work, is it? It's just got to look right.
No, it gives you, at the end of the day, like all model making, you are creating an image for the mind to put all the bits and pieces together to come up with what something is. So
and also I wanted to enjoy it, so I didn't want to start measuring stuff and making sure exactly right. And no, not in this life. So I just kind of general idea of detail as best I could. And then I used part Warhammer bits that I've got, old ones, and like that's the connection. That's the gearbox. One of these is a gearbox between the engine and the propeller. The propeller I broke and lost, so I used. Do you remember the bicycles I had in the 1/44th scale space shuttle?
Yes.
The bicycles part there, I had a couple spare, so I cut the wheels off and put them together, and those are now the propellers for the submarine.
Brilliant.
What else is in there? That's about it, really. And the seats I just kind of scratch built. The people the guys in there are figures from they're pilots basically. They're sitting pilots, but they're ones that are don't have many tubes and things like that on them. So I think I shaved them off so they don't look so piloty. They look more submarine-y, who have more plain boiler suits on, basically.
Yeah.
One of them was kind of half standing up, so I've made it so it looks like he's kind of looking through the periscope. You can't see his face because he's kind of standing up in the gap. And that's it, really. It was absolutely brilliant fun. It was really, really good fun. I absolutely loved it. So
Kitbashing is super fun because it's all about using your imagination. And obviously, for those of you that don't actually know what we're talking about, what is kitbashing? So kitbashing is basically using parts of a kit or kits to create something unique, something different. So to give you a rough idea, one of the most famous kit bashes there are actually the space vehicles in Star Wars. Most of those are used from bits and pieces off all sorts of kits all over the place. Also, Red Dwarf, for those in the UK that might know that particular comedy that was based in space. That parts again were used for that from all sorts of kits. You quite often will find some remnants of a Tiger One in amongst there. They quite often use the ducks on the back of a Tiger One.
The ducks.
Well, not the ducks, the fan units. I think would be.
Or the swans.
No swans were harmed in the making of any Star Wars outfits. Apparently,
you said ducks.
Yeah. So yeah, they're the sort of things for me. I mean, the other one that's quite iconic as well. I don't know. I will find a picture for the media, but one of the ones that I really, really love is the body of a Messerschmitt, the airframe of a Messerschmitt on wheels, where someone's just literally done the body of the Messerschmitt and then put it on top of a truck without all the bits. It's just literally wheels. But obviously, then you can start looking at how's it going to go? How's it going to propel itself forward? Is it going to be the propeller, or is it going to be a jet? So you take a bit of an early jet and stick that into the fuselage, and your mind can just go off on a tangent. It's really, really brilliant. And one of the best things about kit bashing is it can cost you nothing, because if you are clever and you have a box, just a little box, and every time you finish a model, any bits that are left over, you just put those bits in that box. Then you can have a bits box, which is, which is Malcolm was just showing his bit box. I've actually got 4 of them underneath the side.
All right, show off.
And the reason I've got 4 is because I've split them into different stuff. So I've got armored vehicles, I've got airplanes, and etc. Because if I get a kit and I've got a bit missing, I don't have to rummage through the whole of the box to try and find something. I can go into the bit box that's airplane and go, I'll see if I can find a Spitfire propeller or whatever.
Yeah.
But the downside to that is that I've got 4 boxes, and I've probably got 3 or 4 boxes of sprues that I need to decide what I'm doing with. So, yeah, it depends on how badly you do. But you're showing one of your models to do with Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah. So this is the Bandai 144 scale Millennium Falcon. And I was hoping it was going to focus, because you shouldn't.
It's focused.
Is it? It's not focused enough. On here, look, this is the wishbone of a truck here. You see that edge there? These are wheels from Panther.
Yeah.
A Panzer something from Tamiya. This is the top and the turret of a scimitar. That there is also part of a artillery assembly, I think. But what's quite cool is on the very front. Let's have a look if I can do that. If I can show you Oh, look at that! Look, there's little rigging in there. These
Oh, yeah.
parts here, these parts here,
Yeah.
are the engine blocks from a Formula One V8.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can see there's a set on the front there, and there's a front set on the front there, and on the other side as well. So yeah, if you look on any Millennium Falcon, you'll see those bits, and that's what they use to make the details. You know, build it up, and I mean, I'm sure if you looked across the whole of that thing, you'd see all sorts of other kits and things that you recognise, or that people would recognise. But that's kind of the fun of it, right?
Absolutely. Another great one is the Bandai STS. Is it STST? Or no, ATST.
The Walker.
So the Walker. And what they do is they take the cab off the top and put a VW cab on. That's quite a famous one as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's cool. Those are really cool things.
So,
have you done any recently?
I haven't done any for quite some time, and the reason I've got the bits box is because it's always something I wanted to try and do.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those projects, because I know what I'm like. I think it's something I'm going to have to take a bit of time to think of a concept, and then go out of my way to find the bits before I start saying, "Oh, look what I've done."
Well, I guess if you're like making a campfire or something, and you need bits and bobs to put in the campfire, sticks and things like that, you could probably use bits from your sprues and stuff like that to make.
Yeah,
you know, that's kitbashing, isn't it? You know,
it is.
Sprue.
It is
kitbashing.
Yeah. So
anything
there's
that's
lots
not
of
in the actual
do.
kit, you know.
Yeah, it's adding, isn't it? It's adding to a model or creating a model from the bits out of a kit. So, but yeah, I've certainly done it. Certainly the stretch sprue, do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking around thinking, what have I done?
There's a couple of books on scratch building that Mr. Chris Meddix has done. I've got two of the books in my ownership. There's a really good article in there. In one of them, I've got it down here. It's the More Scratch Building Masterclass, the new one that came out from inside the Armour Publications, and in there is a chap called Alex Clark, who's scratch building a T84. And if you look at that, all that, it's mostly plasticard.
Yeah.
You know, and it's bits and bobs and resin and all sorts of parts. You know, all the parts have been scratch built and added, and it goes through how he does so. You know, it goes through how he makes the blocks, and then how he adds detail by cutting things out of plasticard and sticking them on so that it's got a relief in it. You know, so instead of making a nut, he'll make the mold of a nut out of plasticard, and then he'll cast that, right? And you know, a little extra bits of detail and things, whether it's accurate or not, really helps a model along. You know, really, it's all in the detail, as they say.
Yeah.
I mean, things like this that Alex Clark's done, obviously it's as accurate as you can be, but stuff that I would do wouldn't be accurate, and it's much more fun and enjoyable to kind of go, oh, that bit fits there, oh, that bit fits there, oh, that looks like a thingy, stick that in, that'd be fun. And not to worry too much about you know, the accuracy, but it is incredibly enjoyable. It's kind of like you know, like free flow painting or something. Like here's a brush, here's some colors, here's a massive canvas, go crazy. It's kind of like that, you know. You've got kind of free reign to add bits and pieces in, and it's good. If you haven't done it before, I really recommend it. There's often group builds in lots of different clubs and things where they do a kit bashing build, and it'll be make something out of a Spitfire, doesn't matter what it is, or it'll be make a steampunk tractor, or take a Star Wars kit and turn it into a tank or something like that, you know. I think isn't part of the 48 and 48 isn't something to do with kitbashing, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got the choice with this year. We've nominated two subjects. So 148 Supermarine Spitfire from Airfix, any mark, and the 148 Sherman from Tamiya, again any mark. You can either build them out of the box, or you can kit bash, use parts from those kits. Now we've been very loose with it purely because what I did say and have said for everybody is, if you do have a bits box like I've suggested, and you've got the wing of a Spitfire or fuselage of a Spitfire or the turret of a Sherman kicking around, and you want to do something with that, then do that.
Do it. Yeah.
Don't have to go and buy the kits and take a handful of bits out and then left with stuff that you're not going to use. I mean, you can do. You can put it in your bits box or start your bits box, but the idea is to try and think outside of the box. It's just all fall into place, isn't it?
Yeah.
By using a few bits and pieces. So, like I said, my thought process when I had that thought of let's do that within the 48 was really a case of what would give me the opportunity to do a Spitfire on wheels. But I've gone off on a different tangent.
Yeah, you have a little bit.
Yeah, I have. But it's good. It's good that I have, because that's something, like I said, I think for me, while I think it would be fun, and if I'd got myself organised, got my big box out and got all the bits ready and have a plan, I think I could probably do it in 48 hours. But because I haven't done that, and because I haven't taken the time to make that happen, I don't want to risk it, because I don't want to sit there and scratch my head instead of deciding to scratch my head over something different. But so what with the 48 very briefly is that we will do that every year. We're going to change things up every year to try and make things a little bit another choice, another layer to the onion, if you like. And that's the point really with the kit bashing is you can choose to put as many layers on it as you want. You can go mad. I mean, you think about now we talked about spaceships and we've spoken about road vehicles, or the repurposing of a Spitfire so it flies with tracks, whatever. What we've not mentioned is, of course, the diorama side of things, because dioramas actually use kit bashing all the time, especially when you're talking about futuristic scenes, but also modern scenes as well. So you can make some air conditioning out of some bits and pieces of a tank quite easily, and you can make a futuristic I don't know, air converter aerial thing, whatever. It's really the joy of kit bashing. It's about the limit is your mind, isn't it? Really, let's be honest.
It's limit your mind, and also what you've got in your box, in your kit bashing box, that is, and what things are available and what you can fashion into things that might not exist or do exist. So it's always a good idea to keep all your bits and pieces, cut them off on a sprue, stick them in a box, and then if you're like James, categorize them into 4 different sections.
Well, if I'm honest,
they're not categorized; they're just in boxes.
No, they well, now you say categorize, it's reminded me of the fact that I was trying to fit some sprues in it not that long ago, probably about 9 months ago. Oh, it's probably actually more than a year now.
Right.
Actually, so before I was ill. And basically what it was, I got some kits that I'd finished, but I won't throw the boxes away until I decided what out of the sprues I want to keep. And I was doing the tidy up and thought, right, let's get this sorted. So I got my my bash boxes out, and realised there was not really any more room in there.
Right.
And the reason for that is that they've got a few model kits with sprues in.
Right.
And I actually went on Amazon and bought a load of clear plastic bags so that I could now put all the bits into clear plastic bags and then put them in the bucket box. So I don't have to go through the sprues now.
Well, okay. Fair enough. It's their own. It's all fun. It's part of the hobby.
Which sort of works if it's in some sort of order, but of course it isn't. It's just all thrown in there. So
Well, that's kind of fun then. You're going to go through them and say, I'm looking for something that looks like a computer console. Go through and dig and find something. I'm going to be doing I keep saying that. I'm planning to do a jet bike garage at some point using Elan 13's jet bikes. And I'm kind of keeping everything that I'm doing for that exact reason. There's little bits and bobs going to be like a generator or I don't know, a medical station or something like that, and it'll all be in this kind of garage. None of it will make sense, but it'll give it some sort of detail, give it some of it will look like it's got function.
It will make sense because you'll be looking at it going, "Oh, that's quite clever," or "I wonder what that is," or that's part of the joy of it. And like I say, it's if you haven't got one, you should have one. Just because you never know. But think sensibly about what the opportunities are for you and whether you're going to really worry about whether that prop is the right prop for the right plane at the right time and all that or the other.
Right. Yeah.
It's a prop on the end of your plane, whatever. But so funny enough, actually, up there above my shoulders, the 2 boxes of the Sea Kings that I've just done. And the great news is one box is completely empty.
Oh, right.
The sad news is the second box is chock-a-block of pieces that I've not used.
Okay. Well, you don't have to throw them away, do you?
I'm not gonna. They're gonna be all categorized, put in a box because you never know.
Never know.
And I've got the ability to have rotors and all sorts, so it just gets more exciting. So we'll see what brings. But so those of you that are listening, have you got a bits box? Tell us what you got in your bits box. Tell us how passionate you are about your bits box, and if you haven't got one, ask us why you should have one, and we'll tell you.
Show us pictures of your box.
Oh, are we doing pictures of boxes? Okay, well, if you want to send your picture of your box, please do so. And obviously leave us a nice little voicemail on our new little link, which is the speakpipe.com at Just Making Conversation, or stroke, that's what I'd say, Just Making Conversation. Tell us all about it, and we'll feature you hopefully next time when we do a recording.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of podcasts.
Oh, yes.
You've been moonlighting on the side.
I've got a bit on the side. Yeah.
I
mean, obviously, you know about this. It's not been a secret as such. But yes, so those that know me before I did the podcast, I still have a YouTube channel, but I get bogged down with the YouTube channel quite a lot, and I quite enjoy talking rubbish. And we did a YouTube channel I did a YouTube channel with some friends where we broadcast it on 3 different YouTube channels, and it was a Saturday night show and all that sort of stuff. And it sort of died a death.
Saturday Night Crash.
It died a death. I thoroughly enjoyed doing it, but just getting time to be together and do stuff and all that and the other just became problematic because of personal lives. And obviously, someone that is a great friend of both of us, Graham, who has been away from the scene for a little while. We basically all got together, had a little hangout, and were chatting, and went, "Wouldn't it be a good idea if we did a new podcast involving the 4 of us?"
What's it called?
And there was more actually within the conversation. It's called Starring and Meatballs. So that's going to be coming soon. An advert's gone out telling you that it's coming, but we haven't told you when it's coming yet. But it is soon. We've recorded the first episode. Our editing team, Cole, is on the case. So as soon as it's edited and everyone's happy with it, it'll be put out. But the premise is not to replace Just Making Conversation. We will continue, obviously, because I love talking to you. And having the listeners listen to our dribble. But it has a bit of a twist. So yeah, we all know each other through steroid, so through model making.
Mm-hmm.
And what does the meatballs mean? Because that's a bit weird, right? As you can expect. So the meatballs is because of the team we have. We have a chef. That was the first link. And the second link was that we didn't want to just talk about model making.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole idea is we're going to be talking about model making. We're going to be talking about other hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff. It's not going to be just one subject. Yes, we'll probably what's on your bench, what you've been doing this week, la 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 la. But we will then go off on a tangent, which is the meatballs. Now it gets more fun because sometimes there'll be sterile meatballs and gravy.
Oh, okay. What's
Which
the
will
gravy
be
part?
so that's something that will be announced soon. But there will be special episodes with the gravy because you only have gravy at special times.
Okay.
We're going to cover some bits and pieces, but it's going to be good fun. Obviously, we've got a bit zany with the name on purpose because we're all a bit on medication. We all should be on medication, I think would be the right phrase. But we will during the podcast, we will also touch into men's health, which is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my box of gloves ready. Other outfits will be used by other people. Well, I've got gloves. You never know.
Okay.
But we're gonna talk about all sorts of stuff, and then obviously with health in mind, we all go through a stage in life where we put on a little bit of weight, which we shouldn't. Maybe all have health issues. And I think it'd be fair to say, they won't mind me telling you, that we all, as the presenters of that podcast, have health issues. So myself and Steve at the moment are on a bit of a fad. We're trying to lose some weight. That's the wrong word. On a mission to lose a bit of weight because we're a bit chubby, and our doctors and medical professionals keep battering us for lose weight. So that's what we're doing. So Steve, every now and again, will throw in a healthy option. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'm teasing you a bit, but we're going to use his knowledge and we're going to touch on some few things and bits and pieces that hopefully will start a conversation in the realms of men, because we are very bad at talking about these things and being proactive and keeping healthy. So yes, there we go. It's a new podcast, Steroid and which I can't say the word properly, but forgive me. And meatballs will be coming to the airwaves very, very soon.
Cool. And it's going to be about everything. All hobbies and men's health. Cool.
Yes. Well, we will talk about health in general, I think would be the phrase. I mean, yes, it's sort of aimed primarily at men, but we're not being inclusive. We are being inclusive. It's not all about men, because there are other people out there. So
yes, there are.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I look forward to the menopause episode. I'm hoping for that one to come along.
Well, it's funny you should say that. Yes, let's move on. But yeah, don't worry. Yes, I've been moonlighting on the side, but it's just to earn a little extra on the side to keep us up flowing and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's good to. I mean, it's a good excuse to get together as well, and force yourselves to kind of meet up. And
it is. If I'm honest, it's a little bit that way. In as like me and you, we do this because we enjoy doing it. We enjoy talking back to each other, and the fact that we can pick a subject and talk to each other means that we can actually talk to each other sensibly for an hour. And all of those involved in the new podcast are people that I like to hang out with, have fun with, get on with very well, enjoy a good natter and a chat. Very similar sense of humor. That will definitely be right there, front and center.
Oh yeah.
But I've only named 4 people, and there may well be more who are in the background at the moment, who may join in, might pop in, say hello, or they might come and join us for a little bit more.
Okay, so it's like the Plastic Posse, where you got lots of different people.
The conversation started in a messenger group where there were a lot of people involved, and the 4 of us were the ones that said, "Yeah, come on, let's do it. Let's not wait around. Let's just do it." So, and it's about like everything else I do, it's about encouraging people and getting people to come and to not sit on the side and go, oh, I could do that. No, don't. You could. Let's do it. Let's just do it. So that's what it's all about. So it'll be fun. It's going to be fun.
Look
But there you go.
Cool. Are we done? We finished?
Yeah, so that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for listening. As I have said a couple of times throughout the episode today, we have got a new section, which is our speakpipe.com/just making conversation. Please make sure you drop us a message, a voice message, and tell us what you're up to. I don't know the next time we're going to record because we are heading very closely to the 48 and 48. We may try and sneak one in before. But I would suggest to you it probably will be after because
we will try. We always are trying, aren't we? Always. Are you free on this time? Are you free on this time? What time is it Saturday? Yeah.
The other thing as well, while I'm thinking about it, obviously we've had a bit of a topic today. I haven't told Malcolm this because obviously I like to surprise him. I have a list of topics because we've been a bit lazy in that part. But again, if there's a topic or subjects in which you think we should be talking about, why don't you drop us a message on any of our social media platforms, or you could always leave us a voicemail on that particular thing, and we can put that into the works because we like to have a topic and we like to be organised. 48 and 48 is obviously on the 14th of March. Please make sure that you are there and get involved. The auction lots are live on the website, all the W's, 48-48.org. Sign up, join in, have a fun. And if you can't build a model within 48 hours, it doesn't matter. Come and have a cup of coffee and a hobnob with us. That's all that matters.
Oh, yeah. Please do. Cool. Thank you, James. Take care, mate.
Anything you want to sign off? Say what before we sign off?
No, I don't think so. Take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, be good. Take care.